Hi guys, what's up? It's your girl Charla from That Girl Cooks Healthy. Today I'm going to show you how to make some curry pumpkin soup. It's vegan friendly, it's really simple, and it's extremely tasty without sounding biased. So whether you live in the Caribbean or the diaspora, or if you're living in somewhere where it's cold, definitely make this recipe. It's definitely one that you should try. Cannot wait to show you how to make it, so let's get to it. So these are the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some pumpkin. So my favorite type of pumpkin that I like to use is the Caribbean pumpkin. So the calabaza pumpkin or squash, that's the one that I like to use, and that's very popular in Caribbean cooking. So if you can get hold of that one, I do recommend it. It does have a mild sweet taste to it, so that's why I like to use that. And like I said, it's very popular in Caribbean cooking, but you can also use butternut squash if you don't have access to that type of pumpkin. I'm also using some vegetable stock or vegetable broth. Some people use that term interchangeably. I'm also using some coconut milk, so full fat coconut milk that I have there. In terms of the base ingredients, I have onion, garlic and ginger, some black pepper and pink salt, and that is pretty much to taste, so just add a small amount and put that together in a small bowl. I'm also using my homemade Jamaican curry powder. This is one that I use for a lot of recipes. It's my go-to and I absolutely love it without sounding biased, and I will put the link to that in the video somewhere, so you can link to that if you want to know how to make the homemade version. In terms of herbs and spices, I have some cumin, some paprika, chili flakes, some thyme, and I also have some coriander, which is also known as cilantro. I usually like to use shadow benning, but I wasn't able to get that. It's also known as spirit weed if you're Jamaican. I wasn't able to get that, so I had to end up using coriander instead. And I also have some olive oil as well. So the first thing we need to do is just line and grease our baking tray with parchment paper. So I've just greased the parchment paper with olive oil, and I'm using my pastry brush just to completely coat the parchment paper, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. So now that we have greased and lined our baking tray, we want to roast the pumpkin. So you just want to get the pumpkin that you've already chopped, or should I say I've already chopped it, and you want to just put it on the baking tray and just make sure that it's completely distributed evenly. So you want your baking tray to be fairly large or enough to accommodate the pumpkin, and just spread it out as best as you can. And this is a step that I do recommend in terms of roasting, because I find that with most soup recipes, the key to having a really tasty soup is to roast the vegetables or whatever you're using beforehand. It really captures the depth and the taste of the pumpkin a lot more, so I do recommend doing that. So once you've done that, you want to coat the top with some olive oil. So I'm just using my pastry brush again and just applying some more olive oil on the top, and that's going to help with roasting. So you just want to roast it until it's golden brown. Mine took about 40 minutes or something like that, so keep an eye on when you're roasting it, and you also want to just try to turn them over as best as you can so it roasts on pretty much both sides, and I will show you what it looks like once I have roasted it. So this is what the pumpkin looks like after I have roasted it. Like I said, it took about 40 minutes. As you can see now, it has decreased in size and it's slightly golden as well. That's what it should look like, and I'll take one up to show you. That's how it looks, and you're pretty much good to go from here. So now I'm going to show you how to make the soup. So I have a medium-sized saucepan. I'm going to add some oil, and then I'm going to add my curry powder and pretty much do what I do in most Caribbean recipes, which is to, as we say, burn the curry. First of all, it's not actually burning it, you're just cooking it, what we just say burn. So you just want to do that for about just a minute or so. I didn't feel like there was a lot of olive oil while I was doing this step, so I add a small amount. So you just want to make sure that you have enough olive oil there so it doesn't really clump up in the saucepan. So I'm just going to show you that. Do it for about a minute and just cook that, and then I will show you what we do with the next steps. So now that I've cooked the curry, I'm going to add my onion, garlic and ginger, and I just want to cook that till it's soft and translucent. So it's going to take a few minutes, and I'm also going to combine it with the curry that I already have in there as well. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to add my herbs and spices. So my chili flakes, my cumin, paprika, coriander, also known as cilantro, and my thyme. And I'm just going to combine that with the other ingredients that we've just cooked at the beginning. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to pour in the vegetable broth, followed by the coconut milk, and then I'm just going to carefully lower in that pumpkin. From there, I'm just going to reduce the heat to about, say, a medium low, just so that the ingredients can pretty much melt together before I just turn everything into a pureed consistency. So this is what the soup, the contents of the soup looks like after about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to give it a quick stir to show you that the color has deepened as well. And from here, we are going to just puree everything. So in order to puree everything now, to just finalize the soup, I have my high-speed blender. So I recommend a high-speed blender for this step. If you don't have one, it will still work, but you'll need to probably do it in batches or a lot more effort. So I have a Ninja blender here, and I'm going to just use my ladle just to carefully just pour, or should I say lower the soup into the blender. So you just want to do that, and then from there you just put the lid on, and high speed. Be very careful as well, because we've done this from the stove, so it will be quite hot still. So just be careful when you put the lid on, and you just want to blitz it into a puree consistency. So I'm just going to fast track everything here and show you what it looks like once I have done that, so you know how yours should look as well. So now that the soup's ready, I'm just going to remove the lid from the blender and show you what the consistency looks like, and just grab a spoon and show you that it's silky smooth. It's like a velvety smooth texture, and that's pretty much how it should look. Then you want to add your black pepper and pink salt to taste. Just give it a final stir before it's ready to be served. So that's how you make some curry pumpkin soup. It's a really simple recipe. If you've made my curry recipes before, you'll definitely like this one. It tastes very much like a curry, but instead it's a soup. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, so I know that you appreciate these videos and I'm not just making them for myself, like I always say. So I will catch you guys on the other side.